We're not out here. No, we have it close. This clanking tells you you're doing it right. If there's no clanking out here, you're doing it wrong. This is what we want. So, squat, press. When combat athletes, martial artists do not use the kettlebell properly, this is disappointing because of one particular reason that I'm going to explain in this video. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And it's sad. It disappoints me. I really get frustrated. But not in a bad sense where I want to badmouth people. In a good sense where I want to talk about it and share my expertise with you so that you know and understand how to get yourselves into kettlebell training and how to use it. And by the way, this has nothing to do with Charles Allen Prince, because in this reel, he points out high quality information about the kettlebell, which I really appreciate. But the fighters, the guys in here who do the kettlebell moves, oh my, we gotta talk about it. And if you want to take your kettlebell experience, your practice, from a beginner to an advanced and elite practitioner in no time, you have to sign up for my webinar. You find a link in the description. It's live, and you can ask me questions afterwards. Grüezi miteinander, Gregory von Lebe. One thing that I have to point out before I jump into these specific exercises and moves is there's a difference between GPP and SPP, and Charles rightfully points out that the kettlebell is a powerful tool to improve your GPP, general physical preparedness. And then there's SPP, specific physical preparedness. And there might be some exercises in there which biomechanically replicate certain movement patterns that you require in your sport. However, I'm a little bit skeptic if that is the case. I just think it's not properly using the kettlebell as it happens so often. But of course, I'm open-minded and I want to listen. If, for example, a trainer comes up and says, listen, Gregory, the reason why we do this kettlebell exercises like this is because it grants you this type of skill, strength, or adaptation for our sport. With that being said, fighters, God, this is so crazy. This is so sad because you should know it best. You should know it best. This one particular little thing that I'm going to share with you right now is going to blow your mind. Once you know it, you know exactly where the power of kettlebells really is. Yes, the weight room is filled with tools that you can use to improve your GPP. However, if you want to stay injury-free, if you want to get enjoyment out of it, if you want to really get some benefits, skills, and adaptations as fast as possible, as quick as possible, as safe as possible, we have to know how to use the tool. And this is where many people really fall flat on their nose once they pick up a kettlebell for the first time. It was the same with me. And so here I am sharing this knowledge with you that I really do hope that it sticks and you'll understand what to look out for in kettlebell training. If I would present my skills in boxing, or the lack thereof, on display, lots of boxing fans and professionals would rightfully call me out. So here I am calling you professionals out because you're missing one powerful thing that you've probably learned right from day one. Where is your power source? Is your power source out here? Are we flailing? Are we fighting like this? Are we depending on the strength of our arms? No. Our power source is here. Core, abs, quads, hips, the posterior chain, the anterior chain right below here. This is the power source. So this is how we deliver blows, right? You move from the strength of your hips and then the whole body twists into it. And I do not understand, for the sake of God, why fighters do not understand this when they pick up a kettlebell. Because here's the thing that they do wrong. They do stuff like this. How is that even possible? Friends, the power source is here. Boom, right here. I'd almost slap the kettlebell into my face because I'm so enthusiastic about it. So if I clean it, I immediately connect it to my power source. I immediately make sure that I have all the strength right here ready for at my disposal for any type of movements overhead. This is so powerful because you do not have to learn something else when you jump into kettlebell training. This is why martial artists love kettlebells, because we are here, right close to the body. So when I do a clean and press, and it doesn't matter if I use 1 kettlebell or 2 kettlebells, if I do this is nothing. This is everything shoulder. We want to make sure that everything from here is working. And so if we're flailing around with moves like this is doing nothing. So instead of doing flailing moves like this, which can really lead to injury, you have to check out one of my videos where I was putting on display how dangerous it is if you have a snatch overhead or you have the bell overhead and then you drop it like this, elbow flaring out, and then the kettlebell dropped down. She still had the hand inserted inside the window of the kettlebell dropped and she broke her forearm. Why does this happen? Because we're flailing around here. So instead of doing stuff like this with the kettlebell, we do this. We do have a lot of momentum, but we stay controlled and we stay in a center of mass. We stay aligned. That is the key. And now if we do a thruster with 2 bells, man, I'm getting so worked up because martial artists, they know it. The power source is here. So we don't flail around. So watch this. We're not out here. No, we have it close. This clanking tells you you're doing it right. If there's no clanking out here, you're doing it wrong. This is what we want. So, squat, press, rack. Can you see this? Everything is in control. I'm working with the strongest muscles of my body, with my power source right here. And everything's delivered from here. And it does not matter if it is a swing, a clean, a snatch, or a simple press, or a jerk. You already know that you have to always be defending yourself in the ring. So keep those arms close. Stop this. For the love of God, please. So one of the keys in kettlebell training is to always keep the elbows connected to the body. And as the late, great Mat Sensei Steve Carter taught me, he said, minimize the time that the arms are disconnected from the body and maximize the times the arm is connected to the body. Because this is where all the strength, the power, and the energy really is. Here's the next thing that you have to do. Clean and press the like and subscribe button. Share with a friend who's also interested in kettlebells. And if you made it this far and you want to take your kettlebell skills from a beginner to an advanced to an elite professional and practitioner, you have to sign up for a webinar. Because in that webinar, I'm going to show you exactly what to do, the perfect system that is taking you a lifelong to master. And I'm taking you step by step. Very simple, easy route. I believe in the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid. I'm going to teach you how to do it in that webinar, and it's free. You can sign up right now. You find the link in the description, and it's live, so you can ask me questions afterwards.